So I feel like there's this divide amongst filmmakers on whether or not going to film school or doing it on your own is better. And luckily for you guys, I have done both. So today I wanted to dive into the negatives and positives of both doing it on your own and or going to film school. So that way you guys can make a decision on whether or not which one best suits you. Just a short little disclaimer, I am not going to give my personal opinions on what I think is best. Again, I have personally done both. I just want to give out what I think are positives and negatives of both so that you guys can make your own decisions, because I think they both have very big benefits to them. So first off, let's start with some of the pros of going to film school. The first pro I have with going to film school is that the school actually gives you a lot of the equipment to use. This is really good so that you're not just going on set and not knowing what equipment to use or what their names are. They really do give you a whole lot of hands-on experience with the equipment, and I think it's a very, very big pro with going to film school. Another big pro I would say with going to film school is that they give you a lot of really good assignments. And a lot of those assignments are actually utilizing the equipment and making your own short films or whatever assignments they have, you go out and make. For me personally, all the short films that you have seen from me have been through the school. Especially this past year when I made the documentary and the music video, all the equipment used for making that music video and documentary was equipment from the school. The black magic, the audio equipment, everything was used from the school. And the assignments that they do give out are really, really helpful, and they do really put you out there and getting that experience and really just getting your feet wet with all the equipment. And I think that is a very, very big pro when it comes to going to film school and getting experience. Another massive pro with going to film school are the classes. There's about a class for every side of production or every side of filmmaking that you can take. This past year, I've taken a production class, I've taken a screenwriting class, I've taken an audio production class. There are just so many classes for you to take and to learn all these different elements of filmmaking that personally, I don't think you'd ever be able to get if you did it on your own right away. And for that alone, is a massive pro. And going off a little bit of a side topic, another pro is with all these classes and with all these instructors giving you a lot of experience, they also help you with building up a resume and getting that experience to when you do graduate, going out and finding more jobs. And for that alone, I think film school is very, very worth it. But let's get into some of the cons of going to film school. The most obvious con with going to film school, obviously, is it is way expensive, way more expensive than I would like to say. It is very expensive. You're going to be spending thousands of dollars if you're going to a good school, or you might be able to go to a local college like yours personally and be able to pay a little bit less for still a lot of great classes for what you want to do. So probably the biggest con is that film school, incredibly expensive. And the next con is kind of a bombshell, and this is a big one, so get ready. Most of the stuff that you learn in film school, you can learn on your own. I remember when I took time off from school, and we'll get more into that in doing it on your own section, but when I took time off school, I took a lot of time to learn filmmaking and learn all these schools. And when I did a few of the classes when I started my new school, a lot of it was review of things that I learned when I did it on my own. So I would have to say that majority of stuff that you learn at film school, you can learn on your own. However, I will say that some of the pros, like I said, with getting the equipment and utilizing it and building up that resume, you can't really do right away when you're doing it on your own. Now let's get into the doing it on your own, and more specifically the pros of doing filmmaking on your own. So like I said, everything is at your disposal. You can learn pretty much any aspect of filmmaking through a quick Google search now. And personally, when I took about 8 to 9 months off of school to just kind of focus on myself and focus on my craft, I learned a lot of stuff through the internet, and it only made me a better filmmaker. Pretty much every cinematic video that I've made that I've improved on through every video has been self-taught, and everything can be learned on the internet. So I think that is a very big pro to doing it on your own, because everything is already at your disposal to learn. Another big pro to doing it on your own is you have a lot more time to get on sets that you want to get on, and you don't have to worry about pointless homework assignments or even pointless classes. While yes, I have taken a lot of classes that I enjoy at my film school, there have been a lot of classes that I had to take that I did not enjoy and have felt kind of pointless for what I want to do. And for that, I think doing it on your own has a really big advantage, because you can take the time to do the things that you want to do, take the time to learn what you want to learn, and get on the sets that you want to get on. And for that, I think doing it on your own also has this major pro that film school just does not offer. However, with all those really big pros, doing it on your own also has some pretty big cons. First being that you are going to have to pay everything out of pocket. So if you want to use a piece of equipment, or if you want to use a software and everything, you're going to have to buy it on your own. It's not like film school where, yes, you pay an absurd amount just to go to school, but at least you get all this experience. With doing it on your own, you have to pay an absurd amount, and then you get the experience. And then you have it. I mean, at least you have it, but it is incredibly expensive, and you don't get to just play around with it. And unfortunately, that has been kind of rough on me. You know, I kind of get into financial pickles all the time. And when I did it on my own, trying to get new equipment was very, very expensive, and paying for all the softwares on my own was incredibly expensive. But yeah, that has to be like probably one of the biggest cons with doing it on your own, is that it is incredibly expensive if you want to get all of the really good equipment. Another big con is one thing that film school does better is that they are going to give you experience on sets and playing with stuff regardless if you have experience or not. However, when you are doing it on your own, you're starting with literally nothing. So that means getting onto sets with no experience is going to be incredibly difficult. And if you do get on sets, I would be ready to have a PA position, because that's pretty much what you're going to be starting out, especially with no experience. You're going to be a personal assistant. So that's an incredibly big con with doing it on your own, is that it is going to be very difficult to get on other people's sets with no experience. But yeah, I hope this video really helped you guys out. Again, I have done both film school and doing it on your own, so I know a lot of the pros and the cons and all that stuff. So I hope this video really helped you guys make a decision on what you think is best for yourself, whether that being doing it on your own versus going to film school. Regardless, I really hope this video helped. I know this has been a very highly requested video, so thank you for all your patience, and I hope this video truly helped you guys out. With all that being said, thank you guys so much for tuning into today's video. I hope this video truly helped you guys out. Remember to keep on creating and to do what you think is best for yourself. But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in for today's video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.